Hi, I'm James and we're on day 17 of the Back Our Chappies bus tour and we get a little bit wet. Today we've travelled down from Bundaberg to Hervey Bay to Maryborough to Gympie, and all the while it's been raining really heavily. Our first port of call into Hervey Bay was to catch up with the local church leaders. We then made our way from the coffee shop on the beach over to Kawungan State School, where we had a chat to our chappie there.
I just love being that person who can fill the gaps, who can be a listening ear, or who can be hands to help out, hey. Especially being there for children during their hour of need, I love that the most. For children here, I think that now they do have a lot to do. There's a lot of free activities for children these days. But however, at the same time, there is a little bit of that low socio-economic status happening for students too. So that can be a challenge for people at home. There's a student that I'm working with at the moment in grade 6. And to start with, she had some home issues that were happening, and what I've done is I've noticed leadership qualities in that student, so I've been able to just help her by encouraging her and sewing into that to really help build her up to reach that full potential that I believe she can achieve here at school.
They do an awesome job. They're another layer of support in terms of supporting so many kids in need, because Hervey Bay is very low socioeconomic and lots of kids need support. We had a situation in another school where the dad of one of our kids was run over in a car accident late one night, and the school chaplain provided large amounts of support for that family in buying them food and shoes and all sorts of things, and was there for them. And the little girl was such a behaviour problem in year 1, and by the time she got to year 7, it was just a delight to see her and the change in her through that constant interaction and time with our school chaplain. It was quite delightful.
I like Chappie because she's a friendly face and you can go to her if you're down, upset or even confused. I don't want her to go because I want her to be a really good influence on the younger students in Kawungan.
We then made our way to Maryborough, where we had some lunch, as spoke at Tanana State School, and we held a media event. Once the media event had wound down, we took a moment to chat with chappie Amanda Waterson.
I'm a speech pathologist and have been working with EQ in that capacity since 1991, and went into private practice at 98. And as I was working with children in that capacity, around that time it was like the world was becoming a really scary and confusing place, and you could just see that while children's speech and language needs are important, and I'm not saying they're not, but I could just see the social and emotional needs were becoming really important. Being a primary chappie, you get to spend some time with parents, and that might look like facilitating a cyber safety talk, or it might look like being there we have a Tears and Tissues Day for the new mums of preps, where they come and have a cup of tea while their child has their first day of prep. You know, Chappie Week 1 or 2 years ago, that's a week where we as chaplains take time to educate the community about what we do and also what we don't do. And I was in the busyness of my Chappie Week, and I rushed past this class to go to my room, and the kids in the class were snickering and giggling and whispering. I thought, you know, that's a bit unusual for that class. And then when I went into my room, I just saw my wall, and it just, I had a knot in my throat, because what they'd done is they put the name of the class and they put "We Love Our Chappie," and the wall was covered in coloured bits of paper that were circles for hugs and crosses that were kisses, and the kids all shared a story on those hugs and kisses of something that chaplaincy had meant to them or done for them, and ways that their family perhaps or their friends have been impacted by chaplaincy. And it just made me stop and think, you know, there are times where you do have those critical big ticket items where people go through tragic stories or circumstances, but on the whole, you know, there's a quote I was saying before about Mother Teresa, that there's not a lot of great things not a lot of people are called to do great things, but you can do lots of little things with great love. And I just looked at that wall and I thought, that's what chaplaincy is about, doing lots of little things but with great love.
Our last port of call was Gympie, where we got a chance to catch up with our local chappies. Tomorrow we're off to the sunny coast, so stay tuned.